Morning, Felipe. Okay, this is the studio, the laboratory. I'm going to get used to this view, hopefully. Thanks for the chat and thank you for the videos. All right. Don't get too caught up in all of that feedback. All right. It's just kind of, I like to do a full assessment. I also keep that for myself, so make notes from that so I know working forward or moving forward what we're going to be working on. Obviously, in golf, there's always, a lot of stuff to work on, but it's very important what we work on first, because of the cause and effect issues. And then also just patiently working on two things at a time. All right. So course management, we will discuss in the upcoming weeks, but right now we got some fundamental setup and backswing movement issues to figure out. And those are going to translate to more distance. So you spoke about more distance off the tee. Now, sometimes that can be a difficult thing. People a lot of time will ask me, okay, I want to hit the driver further, etc., etc., and they don't always necessarily have the physicality to do that. Obviously, only having spoken to you on WhatsApp and voice notes, and then seeing your videos, okay, I was quite excited because it looks like physically, you've looked after yourself, in good shape, athletic, and it looks like you got a bit of speed there. So your distance things are way more about inefficiency. In terms of the strike and in terms of the movement pattern, right? So I think we can pick up distance quite easily here, even though actually I'll be doing it in order just to kind of swing a little bit better, swing a little bit more consistent. But it's gonna translate to distance, so that's gonna be great. All right, just as a byproduct. So we'll both be happy. Okay, excellent. Right. Okay, so where we at? All right. So a lot of good stuff. Really, really a lot of good stuff. The shoulder turn. The control of the spine, that elevation, the set of the wrists, the leg drive there. Okay, those are all hugely positive, hugely positive. Your natural plane looks pretty good as well. All right, so I'm very, very happy with that. So it's more like sort of understanding how these things work, and then obviously working on a few things. Right? Okay, so first thing, all right, we're definitely standing too wide. Okay, and very, very close to the ball. Just no space here. All right, so we have no sort of leverage and freedom to let our arms swing through. All right, so that's point number one. All right, so we've got to learn how to set up a little narrower, a little further from the ball. Keep that tilt. The weight's going to go sort of more towards the front of the feet. Okay, and we're going to have a little bit of space here. All right, now, at first, obviously, if you make that move, you are going to hit them a little thin, a little off the toe. Okay, but we can't offset that by standing too close and then hope the two cancel each other out. It's never going to lead to any consistency. And obviously not going to lead to any efficiency. I hope, obviously. All right. What we're trying to do, okay, is be nice equidistance from the ball. And the whole point of that hip drive, okay, is to start and create a lot of energy. All right. Then we turn the torso through equal distance from the ball. And then we rip those hands through. Okay, we can't do that setting up like that. And that brings us to our second thing. We can't do that if the body is working this way to that way. All right? Essentially at baseline, the golf swing is a circle. All right? That circle happens around and on top of the right hip at first, and then forward and around the left hip. Okay, that's really going to create that energy. All right? We don't want to go this way and then this way. So you can see adding loft, but you can see also the body's kind of stalling, having to do everything with the hands and arms. Right, what we're looking for is that to that. All right, so that's going to be the hard one at first. Okay, so it's predominantly, I think, trying to shift weight, and then you lose this right hip, and then obviously trying to stay on top of the ball. Okay, this kind of reacts, and then from there you sort of have to go this way. And again, inefficient, adding loft, those two things are why we're not hitting the ball far enough. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, all right, and we're going to do it slowly, all right, and we just follow our drills, okay, and then you send me videos each week and we just see how it's progressing. Okay, all right, so obviously get used to that setup. What we're going to do first, okay, first thing I want you to do, okay, you can do a few sort of without the ball first, okay? But first thing I want you to do, okay, get in your setup, keep everything the same for now, obviously a little bit narrower. little bit further from the ball. Okay, we're going to put this club right up top here, sort of right under your chin. Get back in your posture. Okay, and then we're going to learn to turn this grip, okay, just behind the ball. All right, so a nice way to do it is to get another club. And remember, this is from your perspective, so this is from eye level. Okay. Okay, and put it right on the inside of that right foot, the back foot. Okay. Again, a little narrower, a little further from the ball. And then from your perspective, it won't look like this on camera. So on camera, the club's going to be like that. But from your eyes, okay, you can try and get these two clubs above one another. Okay, parallel. All right, but obviously, it's actually going to be like that. Yeah? Okay? So I would do it with the ball because you've got to kind of retrain your eyes a little bit. All right, and we're trying to get with all clubs. There, not there, there, not there. Okay, so that's the kind of feel. You can do that as a warm-up. All right? Okay, now, as we start in ball, so we kind of do a little warm-up. As I get to know you better, we'll start warming up with a little bit of short game stuff sometimes, or little mini swings, whatever. Right now, that's going to be the warm-up. All right, and then the first drill we're going to do, okay, we're just going to focus completely on this right hip. Okay, now, if it goes a little bit too much in the beginning, don't worry, okay, but as long as it doesn't go that way. Okay, so what I want to do is, as you take the club away, okay, you let the right hip turn directly behind you, like that. Okay, that's the move. That's not the move. That's the move. That's not the move. That's the move. All right, so you can start off. You can start off with half swings if you want to, and just build it up slowly. All right, so we're a little narrower stance, a little further from the ball. Okay, and then all we're focusing on is that, not that. Okay, so we start off slowly, let the hip turn. Okay, and then just slowly see what happens to the balance. Obviously, you're going to take some videos and send me, and you're obviously going to give me a little bit of feedback. Some are going to go wrong at first because we're changing your kind of center point in your balance of your golf swing. All right. Okay, so a little bit narrow, a little further from the ball. Cool. Just focusing on the right tip. We go a little bit further back this time. Okay, and then we slowly start building up some length and speed and feel. Okay, so major focus on that, but obviously striking the ball, and then keep an eye on what the balance feels like after that. Okay, right. Second drill that we're going to do. Okay, it's a really, really good one. And later on, when you get really good at this drill, later on we actually use it to incorporate other stuff as well. All right, but the second drill is called step drill. Okay, now once again, the bigger thing here is to learn. It's not a weight shift issue. Okay, it's kind of your center of mass because your angles are wrong. All right, but it's to learn to load a little taller, a little behind the ball, and then it's okay to move forward and across because obviously your downswing is okay, sort of underneath and back, and we want it to go forward and around. Okay, so what we do, I mean, you can put a club here. I'm just showing you. This is an 8-iron, by the way. Okay, so normal setup, 8-iron, just on center or just forward of center. Okay, and then what we do is bring this front foot back here. So you can see that ball is way out in front of me now. It's going to feel, to you, it's probably going to feel like over there. All right, and now we've got to try and take that backswing on the spot. We can't move because we narrow feet are together. All right, and then we find the timing of stepping back over and then going through. All right, again, I would say start off with little half swings. Okay, and don't, as you do it, don't just start with your feet together because now the ball's in the right place, but now as you step, that ball's going to now be in the wrong place. So always set up first, bring the foot back, then get yourself ready. Okay, so we start off, okay, correct setup, Bring the foot back. Start off little half swings with a little step. All right, and the idea is to feel the timing. All right, strike the ball, but really have a nice forward rotation and balance. None of this. Okay, and then you just build it up as you go. So do like 5 half swings. Okay, narrow stance distance from the ball. And then 5 3/4 swings with the step. Beautiful balance, holding the balance. All right, and then 5 full swings. Okay, that's a set. Okay, then you can go back to your other drill again. You kind of go between the drills, or your session's over and you go, cool, I'm happy. Let me go play a little bit and see how it's feeling. All right, okay, so don't mix up between the assessment and your work. Understand the idea of the assessment. I will design your drills according to where we are in terms of the videos you send me and the feedback you give me. You just got to kind of have an idea of what you're trying to do. So that's, the explanation, and then the drills are the feel, because we play with feel. Okay, just got to have an idea. And basically, our simplistic idea is, we're standing a little wide, a little too close, all right, and we're swinging a little bit this way and that way, whereas what we want to do is swing this way and that way. That's sort of simplistically what we say. All right. Okay. So that's your work for the week. I will send you a little written document as well, because obviously it's a long video. And the videos won't always be this long. It's just because it's the first one. So we're covering a lot there, full assessments, all that type of stuff. Videos are normally going to be about 5 to 6 minutes long. Quick and easy review of the week before. Quick and easy explanation of your drills you're doing this week. Okay, and then you go again. And we just keep cycling every week. Okay, that's kind of how it works. All right. Thanks again, my mate. Sorry for this long video. Let me know if you have any questions or whatever, and enjoy your practice. All right. I'll talk to you soon.